Now at 6, with less than 2 weeks until the general election, early in-person voting gets underway in Missouri. Plus, voters in Crawford County, Kansas get a look at the candidates running for sheriff, and some students in McDonald County receive emergency school bus training.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Exactly 2 weeks remain in the 2024 campaigns, and plenty of people are already casting their votes. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. No excuse absentee voting begins today in Missouri. KOAM's Melissa Alexis spoke to some early voters in Jasper County.
It is the most important election I've ever voted in.
Lisa Kafer is one of the people getting a head start on voting in Missouri.
It's been weighing heavy on my heart, and I wanted to just make that happen as quick as I possibly could.
Dwayne Frazier is also taking advantage of no excuse early voting because he says he wants to avoid the long lines on Election Day.
I think everybody needs to vote, and that's the reason why I'm down here early, so I won't have to stand in line.
So far in Jasper County, 2,112 people have done a walk-in vote. But October 22nd begins no excuse absentee voting, which will continue through November 4th.
Get in your car, come to the courthouse, the courts building in Joplin. It takes a few minutes and you're on your way.
Jasper County Clerk Charlie Davis wants to remind people that early voting is a secure way to vote.
This is the most secure way because number one, we do check your photo ID.
Whether people cast their votes early or wait until November 5th, they need to bring an acceptable form of ID, including a Missouri driver or non-driver's license, military ID, or a U.S. passport. Reporting in Jasper County, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Jasper County workers asked the voters do not wear any political attire like hats or buttons at the polling location. Early in-person voting is well underway in Kansas. In some places, it began Saturday. Voters cast ballots at the Bicknell Center in Pittsburgh today, where a poll worker says turnout was well ahead of what they typically see for early voting. Early polling locations will change from day to day in various Kansas counties. When you head to the polls this November, you're going to see a lot of names on your ballot, but we want to help you learn more about the candidates you'll be voting for. This time, those running for Crawford County Sheriff. KOAM Samantha Walker sat down with Danny Smith, who's running for re-election, and his opponent, Billy Tomasi, to ask them about what they hope to bring to the position.
I've been the sheriff for the last 5 years. I've been here a total of 29 years. I've been here my whole entire career, so I've been serving the citizens of Crawford County half my life, and it's been in one agency.
I've been in law enforcement a little over 30 years, worked my way up from lieutenant to assistant chief. After a couple of years of all that, Crawford County called and asked me if I'd come work for them. I did, and I became an SRO approximately 7 years ago, school resource officer for all the elementary schools. We're going to have crime. And we know a lot of things are, a lot of the crime is revolved around drugs and addiction. And, a lot of times it's mental health issues also. When I worked the road, we did a lot of traffic stops, a lot of drug interdiction and stuff. We need to bring that back. It's got a little bit laxed, and I believe that we need to get more focused on that. We need to get focused on helping the people with mental health issues in our county. Absolutely, if somebody's bringing drugs into our county, in our community, you know what, you're going to be arrested and you're going to have to pay for that, and if that's, being prosecuted. But there's other people that maybe it's addiction that they're fighting, and so if we can help on that side, we'll do that. We got to get out there and get them both help for the addiction and the mental health, and you got to start. You can't just wait for them to come to you got to go to them. I think in the last 5 years I've shown that I'll accept that challenge, and I want to be the one responsible, and so I have no problem doing that. There's a very big responsibility. There's a lot of stuff that I'll have to learn, and like any job you go into, any new job, you're going to have to learn stuff to learn, and I'm really willing to take on that.
Voters will cast their ballots for Crawford County Sheriff on November 5th. You can hear more from the candidates on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, to find voting information for your area, just scan this QR code. It'll take you to election resources on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. You'll be able to find all sorts of election info, including polling places and schedules. You can even check to see if you're registered to vote. Right now, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy for a first look at the weather.
Well, definitely warm / hot for us today. Temperatures got into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees, which is kind of crazy. It's still warm. It's still 84 in Joplin, 84 In Pittsburgh, 85, Nevada, Cassville, 82, 86 at Grand Lake. Look at Neodesha, Independence, both sitting at 90 degrees. A little breezy, southerly winds helping us warm up. And this is ahead of a cold front that's actually going to head toward us as we go into the morning hours. Through the evening, 80s, 70s, 60s. We'll bottom out into the upper 50s a little bit later on tonight. But a really nice evening. It's just very warm across the region. All right, clear skies. We're going to stick with some clear skies as we go through the overnight hours. Now, up and down temperatures the next few days. We do have some rain chances. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
Catching a few striking machinists in part of Kansas reach a new contract agreement. That story's coming up. Plus, the Miners Hall Museum in Franklin gets a helping hand from a federal program. Kansas machinists who stepped off the job a month ago are ending their strike. The latest contract offer from Textron Aviation in Wichita was accepted by the union representing the workers. Nick Nelson reports.
I've been super impressed by our membership.
Machinist union employees at Textron Aviation learned Sunday afternoon that with the votes in, the union had voted to ratify the company's newest contract offer, a vote that ended a month-long strike in the air capital. Machinist union negotiator Russell Allen says while some members are disappointed they couldn't get more of what they wanted, they fought hard to get what he calls a better deal.
You know, we haven't struck for a very, very long time, since the 70s. It must have taken a lot to make these people make that decision to go on strike. And I think we sent a clear message to the company. Sometimes it's not always about money, it's about respect as well.
Textron Aviation President Ron Draper said in a statement, "We value our workforce and the work they do, and this agreement reflects our commitment to our team. The ratification of this contract marks a new chapter, and we are eager to move forward together."
My feeling is we put our foot down to get the company to realize that we are serious now. We're showing the younger generation that the older generation, is willing to fight.
Rosa Rosales helped run the strike headquarters on the west side. She thanks the various businesses and organizations in Wichita that helped the members get through the strike.
Everyone who has donated things, who has come in and walked with us, thank you for all the support the company that's not giving us, but the city of Wichita has. We are ready to go back to work and support the restaurants, the businesses that have been, low because we have not been able to support us.
The machinists are expected to officially return to work tomorrow. Into National School Bus Safety Week with a unique hands-on training exercise. The new program, Bus Helpers, empowers selected students to assist bus drivers in the case of an emergency. With parental permission and approval from school personnel, these students receive training on critical emergency procedures, including how to stop the bus, use the radio, and operate the safety equipment on board.
It's extremely important to have somebody there in charge. The driver can't do everything by himself in an emergency. So part of their job is to help, get students off, help keep them corralled in a safe environment while emergency responders come or whatever happens in the emergencies.
The training is part of the district's ongoing efforts to create a safer environment for all students during transportation. The Miners Hall Museum in Franklin, Kansas draws thousands of visitors every year with its showcase of Southeast Kansas mining history. Well, a federal program is going to allow the museum to improve its preservation efforts. CAPS, the Collection Assessment for Preservation, is a federal assessment program designed to work with and evaluate museum preservation efforts. Museum personnel say they welcome the assistance.
How do we take care of it? Is it okay to leave it in that mat? Is there something we need to do better? And these people have a lot of experience in that, and we're going to count on them to point us in the right direction.
Only 71 sites were chosen all across the nation to receive CAPS assistance. A little later, a family-run business in Pittsburgh helps to shine a light on some local businesses.
Plus, we're going to cool down a little bit as we go into Wednesday. We're going to look at that coming. Well, it turned out to be a warm/hot day for us today. Temperatures all the way up into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. We are going to see our temperatures really fluctuate as we go through the rest of the week. Great shot. This is our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam, of course. We are looking downtown Joplin off toward the north and to the east, and it looks pretty good as we go through the evening hours if you are going to be outside this evening. Checking out some temperatures, 84 in Stockton, Neosho 86 in Grove. Pittsburgh is sitting at 84. It's still 90 in Neosho. It's still 90 in Independence. Here's 7th and Rangeline, 84. Southerly winds at about 10 miles per hour. Visibility is good. It looks fine across the region. Through the evening, slide back through the 70s, 60s. I think we'll bottom out 58-ish a little bit later on tonight, but looks pretty good for at least the next couple hours. All right, look at our southwesterly winds at about 10. It's been a little bit breezy today. We've had gusts at times 20, 25, upwards to 30 miles per hour. But check this out. By tomorrow, watch this line shift through. That's a cold front, so we get northeasterly winds behind it. Still a little bit breezy, but that ushers in some cooler air as we go into your Wednesday. Then they switch right back out of the south, windy again on Thursday in return. That's going to heat our temperatures right back up. So kind of all over the place the next couple days. Clear skies, nothing going on here. The entire Central Plains pretty quiet. If we look at our upper level flow, here's our jet stream to our north. We are going to get some waves, weak waves, which are going to rotate through, but we don't have any big storm systems which are heading toward us over the next couple days. All right, let me walk you through time. By morning, most of us mid to upper 50s. We have that cold front that is slicing through this area. So by noon, lower 70s once we get into the afternoon. A little bit of a contrast from lower 70s northern counties to near 80 once you get into our southern counties. I think most of us 78 to about 80 degrees. Clouds increase tomorrow night. Can see a few spotty showers trying to pop up. Very scattered, but some spotty showers late tomorrow night into Thursday morning. Then all this rotates out of here. Then we'll get hot on Thursday afternoon, near record highs, high temps into the upper 80s. By Thursday night, here comes another front, and we could get some thunderstorms developing along that front. As this front slides in, rain chances will decrease, but at least we have some chances to get some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms in here Thursday night into Friday morning. Of course, we really need the rain. 57 to start, 75 by noon. High temp right around 78 degrees. On Friday, behind that next front, we also cool down again. And check this out as we go into the weekend. We're going to have pretty good conditions, but highs only into the 70s, so a very nice fall-like weekend on tap for us. 78 on Wednesday, 88 though on Thursday. A few morning showers. Scattered thunderstorms Thursday night into Friday morning. 80 for a high. 73 Saturday, 76 on Sunday, then heating back up a bit next week.
Okay, well, that sounds nice, I guess.
Yeah,
but
it's not bad.
We could use some more rain.
We
for
could.
Sure. Thanks, Todd. Still ahead, Pitt State's kicker received MIAA Player of the Week honors, and Missouri Southern basketball hosts a preseason tip-off event. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
Naturally.
Missouri Southern men's and women's basketball are less than 2 weeks away from starting their seasons. Tonight, Lions fans get their first look at both teams. Missouri Southern hosts its annual Meet the Lions event this evening. The Southern women's team begins its season on November 2nd. The men get started 6 days later on the 8th. This season tip-off features scrimmages, a three-point competition for the women's team, and a dunk contest from the players on the men's team. That just got started at the top of the hour. Check back in later tonight at 9 and 10 for all the sights and sounds from Joplin. Yesterday, we had a ton of our local high school volleyball teams win regional championships all across Southeast Kansas. Sub-state tournaments are this Saturday. Here's a look at some of the regional champs and runner-ups from our area that'll be participating in Sub-State this weekend. Had to finish first or second in regionals to get to this point. Starting Class 2A, Southeast will host a quad with Colgan, Central Christian, and Leon Bluestem over in Cherokee. Then Erie and Northeast Arma will be heading to Sedgwick as the 3 and 4 seeds in that quad. Got a bunch more of our local schools in Class 3A that'll move on to Sub-State. Girard will be the top seed in the tournament with Humboldt, Prairie View, and Jayhawk Lynn. Frontenac, another regional champion on its home court, along with Riverton and Galena. As the 2 and 3 seeds, Lady Rams were also regional champs. Then Neodesha, 1 seed on its home floor in a quad that includes Caney Valley. All these tournaments take place this Saturday. Pittsburgh State football will play its second top 10 matchup of the season this Saturday as the Gorillas head to Edmond, Oklahoma to face UCO. Week 7 of the AFCA Division II coaches poll has the Gorillas move up 1 spot to number 6 in the country. This comes after defending national champion Harding loses to Washington Baptist. Central Oklahoma goes up 2 spots from 11 to 9. Broncos narrowly escaped Northeastern State on Saturday to remain undefeated. Emporia State is the only other ranked team from the MIAA who's currently number 14 in the nation. Pittsburgh State 6th-year senior Gentry Cole is named MIAA Special Teams Player of the Week. This coincides with Cole connecting on his first 2 made field goals of his collegiate career against Fort Hays State on Saturday. Cole is usually a kickoff specialist, but filling in for the injured Austin Schmidt. While doing so, 2 for 2 on field goals from 49 and 27 yards, getting PSU its only points of the first half.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The world's richest man, Elon Musk, is making waves on the campaign trail by handing out million-dollar checks to some battleground state voters. Plus a recall on hundreds of frozen waffle products sold at Target and Walmart. And Pittsburgh City Commissioners tour property at 2nd and Broadway. We're going to find out why. Those stories and a lot more, it's coming up tonight at KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. If you're looking for events in the 4 states, but you don't know where to turn, we've got you covered, whether it's haunted houses or trunk or treats or good old-fashioned trick-or-treat events. Just scan this QR code, go straight to the events page of our website for those fun family events in the area, anywhere, anytime, koamnewsnow.com/events. If you drive through Pittsburgh or Joplin, you're going to find plenty of businesses with neon lights. A person with Sign Brothers in Pittsburgh is the only employee who produces these neon lights for the store. He says it's a family tradition he picked up from his late father.
So many other nice ones that I really enjoy doing, like House of Speed, Parrot Head, Liquor Store, Audacious, but they've unfortunately closed now.
Goes on to say the process could take hours, even days to complete. We're going to shine a brighter light on this story tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 and also KOAM News at 10. Unseasonably warm out there.
Yeah, we are going to cool down a bit as we go into Wednesday, 79 for a high, but right back to 88 on Thursday, 80 on Friday. Few morning showers Thursday, a few overnight storms Thursday night, which we definitely need. And then check out the weekend. Sunny skies, highs into the 70s. Perfect fall-like weekend.
Yeah, looking forward to that anyway. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.